Okay, now we're recording. All right. So I think that since I'm recording these, probably some folks feel like they don't have to tune in right now and do this as a group. They can wait and just observe the video at their convenience. The last recording had 31 views, so and that was more people than showed up at that time. So I kind of think that's what's happening. But I'm going to try this this format here, mostly because it's better for the video. I think these Qigong classes translate fairly well to this format. I'm pretty pleased with how this is going. So today we'll follow the usual beginning format, and we're going to pick up on last times, and we're going to move into color. So color is a major aspect of Qi and of Qigong. Perceiving color and imagining color and so on. And we're going to follow the progression of that, of how the colors change with the different practices and different levels of the practice. So this is very, very old. These color practices go just way back. I'd like to mention one other thing, kind of in general, about what this is. Just the sort of strange mind that this being has in this life tends to see reality a lot in terms of structure, how it's put together, how it works together. And so what I'm offering you, in addition to these movements and postures and teachings, is sort of a map, a roadmap of the energy body and the energy field and the universal life force energy itself. So what that means, one thing that means is that, so we can teach somebody how a car works, and we can talk about the different systems in the car. There's a motor, and there's a drivetrain, and there's a transmission, and there's carburation, and there's electrical system, and there's the body and the frame. So we can break down the way a car is built and how it works and what the structure of it is. And that's useful to understanding the car. And even to driving the car, but it's not driving the car, okay? So when you get in and you drive the car, you have to know how to drive, and you have to have an idea of where you're going and how you want to get there and all of those different things. So all of these classes are meant to give us a felt sense and an experience of how this energy, this Qi, is, how it moves, and how we interface with it. But the way that you use this in your life, and the way that this comes to you, and you manifest it, that's entirely up to you. And that's something I don't know. I know nothing about that. So what I'm giving you is my experience. I only teach what I know, what I have directly experienced myself. And your experience, although it will be structured somewhat the same, will be very unique to you. Okay? So that's, I just want you to understand. So I'm not trying to be the guru here. or the sage or something like that. I'm just trying to give you a sense of the structure of the qi. But where you go with that is entirely up to you. Okay, that's kind of my disclaimer. There's one more concept that I want to mention before we start, so that it's clear. Because we're going to be going through different phases of levels of practice tonight, so we always do. And that's the concept. It's more than a concept, it's the reality of transcend and include. Transcend and include. And by that, what I mean is, if we say we have an atom, that's a simple structure. And then we have a molecule, and that's more complicated. We have a cell, and that's more complicated yet. And then we have a complex multicellular animal or plant. So there are these levels of complexity. And as we evolve through these different levels of complexity, we transcend from the atom to the molecule. We transcend from the molecule to the cell, and so on. But the prior stage is included. So we don't get rid of the atoms in order to become molecules. We don't get rid of the molecules to become cells. All of these things are transcended and included. Okay? Transcending and including. And that's how we develop through these different stages. So you'll see how that works, and you'll experience it directly. But I think it's good to understand that. We're not trying to get rid of anything or let go of anything. We're transcending and including. Okay, so enough talking. Now, please, as we're standing, elongate the out breath and the dropping down into the body and the relaxing. So take the in breath, bring in the energy, and then let the out breath be long. And when you feel that there's some relaxation, some settling in, then you can focus on the in-breath, and the in-breath is expansive. So it's as if the body is kind of growing bigger with the in-breath, lighter, more diffuse, and then solidifying with the out-breath. And so let's just take a moment, if you want to, and dedicate this practice tonight to an individual or to a group or to something. Okay, and let's go ahead and turn to the north. Bowing to the north. To the east. to the south, and to the west. And then back to front. Okay, let's go into stretching out the neck and shoulders. In breath, out breath. Let's do the balancing practice. I'm shifting over to the left, sinking down. Okay, and then the hip flexing. So one hand below the navel, the other hand on the small of the back, and rock the pelvis. And then circling the pelvis, circling the hips. And let's do the backwash now with 3 tree and springs, each one. Okay, next one, let's do boat rowing in the stream of air. So if this is new to you, we're going to bend at the waist. As we do, the arms are going to come up, bend the knees, and as we straighten up, the hands go behind the body. So this is an out breath, in breath. You can bend very deeply here if you want to. Give your thighs a bit of a workout. This is very good for the lungs. Okay, let's do 2 more. Okay, turning the body to look at the moon. So we start this one by lifting the shoulder. So we'll turn and lift the shoulder, lift the other shoulder. And we increase the movements. And watch the hands move, shift the weight. Heel comes up, turn. So we're turning at the waist, and at the top, we're embracing the full moon. So it's turning the body to look at the moon. Turn the waist and let the arms just follow along. The power is in shifting the weight and turning the waist. And the arms just fly over there. Now this is pretty energetic. And move with your breath, of course. You get the heart beating a bit faster. Okay, and let's slowly reduce the movements. Okay, so please take a moment now and pull up your stool or your seat. So this is one of the color practices, and some of you know this, but we're just beginning with this, and then we're going to move on from here. Now this is called smiling to the organs. And it's very delightful, and it's very simple. So just sit in your upright, relaxed position. You can do the Lan Fa movement if you want to, or you can hold your hands together in some way, however you'd like. So this is an eyes closed meditation. And we'll begin by imagining we're looking in a mirror and we see our face and there's this huge smile. And we're just going to focus on the smile. Big smile. And with the next in-breath, we're going to breathe the smile in. And it separates into 2, and as we breathe, the smile moves all around the lungs. And as we're smiling to the lungs, we're feeling grateful for them and all they do. And we're going to color the lungs a beautiful luminous white. whiter than white, this beautiful snow white. The lungs are white, filled with a pure mist. And we'll just relax and let the smile fade, and the lungs are glowing with this white light. And next one, we'll imagine the smile again, big smile in front of our face. And as we breathe in, we'll breathe the smile in to the heart. And as we breathe, the smile's moving all around the heart. And we're feeling gratitude for this huge muscle in the center of the chest, for all it does, how dependable it is. And we're going to place in the heart this ruby red light that's shining and luminous, along with the pure white in the lungs. And we'll let the smile fade, but let the light remain. And come back, and we see the big smile again. And with an in-breath, we're going to breathe it in and down to the right side of the body to the liver and gallbladder. And as we breathe, the smile moves all around the liver and gallbladder. And we place there emerald green light that's shining, that's glowing through those organs as we express our gratitude to them for purifying the blood and doing all that they do to help us. With the breath, we move the smile all around. The heart is still glowing a ruby red. The lungs are glowing a luminous white. And now we have this beautiful emerald green. And we let the smile fade. And then we bring the attention back to the smile that's in front of us. And with the next in-breath, we're going to breathe the smile in. And we're going to breathe it over to the spleen, which is on the left side. Give gratitude for the spleen, which filters the blood. And we'll put a luminous golden light on that side, along with the emerald green and the ruby red and the brilliant white. Then we let the smile remain or fade there and come back. And we see another big smile. And this one on the next in-breath, we breathe in and down to the stomach and the intestines. As we breathe, the smile moves all through the digestive tract. Can include the esophagus. And we express our gratitude for these organs. And we put there a beautiful, bright pink color in the digestive tract. It's glowing with this pink, this healthy tissue, along with the yellow in the spleen, the green over by the liver, and the red in the heart, and the white in the lungs. So the torso is filling with all of these gorgeous, brilliant, luminous colors. And the next one, for the next in-breath, we breathe the smile in, and about halfway down into the back, into the kidneys, which are quite big. And as we breathe, we move the smile all around the two kidneys. And we thank them for purifying as they do. And in the kidneys, we put a brilliant blue light, like the autumn sky. So the kidneys are glowing with this blue light. The digestive tract is glowing pink. The spleen is glowing golden. Liver and gallbladder are emerald green. The heart is ruby red. And the lungs are brilliant white. So let's just sit for a moment and just enjoying all these colors, the glowing organs in the body. And there's one more, which is optional, but we'll do it. This one will breathe the smile in, and we'll breathe it into the brain and down the spine and through all the nerves. And this may take many small smiles. It goes through the whole body. And gratitude for this system. And the color here is a bright silver color, along with all the colors of the organs in the torso. Let's take a couple more breaths and maintain the sensations in the body, the sensations and the sense of gratitude and well-being for this amazing, complex, functioning system. Take a couple more breaths. And then when you're ready, put your stool aside. We're going to need it again, but we'll put it aside for now. And we'll go back to standing. And just for intermission here to clear, let's do tree and autumn. So look up, and the palms are facing down. So we're moving, we're filtering down through the body and down to the earth. A tree in autumn. Let's do 2 more. Right, and now let's go into flying crane. Any iteration of this you like. This next one is gathering rainbow clouds. And rainbow is good because it's going to be the colors, many of the colors of those organs. But these colors are not saturated. They're finer. They're made of light. They're not grounded in the organs in the body. So it can be rainbow or it can be pastel, whatever works for you. And the movement's very simple. Starting with the right hand, we'll come up, pointing to the center of the body, and reach out and stretch. And we're reaching out beyond the edge of the universe to the pastel clouds, or the rainbow clouds, gathering, and we're going to bring them in to the heart, the throat, and fill the torso with that rainbow or pastel light. And then repeat with the other hand. So the hand is going to be a good 6 inches from the body. And we're reaching out, stretching beyond the edge of the universe, rainbow or pastel clouds. We're going to bring them back and we're going to stop about 6 inches from the body and go down. So we're filling the body, not just the physical body. We're filling the chi body with this light of the pastel clouds. So this is a finer light for a finer body. We can feel the whole body, head, neck, torso, all the way down. The arm extends impossibly far to these otherworldly pastel clouds. And then when you're ready, you can just stand in standing posture one, because the hands are filled as well. And now with the breath, we breathe in, the breath mixes with the pastel light. As we breathe out in all directions so that the energy body expands. The rainbow light, the pastel light, is glowing all around the body as well as within it. And now let's repeat the flying crane. So the hands are describing kind of the edge of this field of pastel light. With the out breath, the colors expand outward, the body expands. With the in breath, the air mixes with the rainbow clouds. Let's just do two more. When you're ready, then take your seat again. Deep breath and continue to breathe the pastel light. When the breath comes in, the breath is clear. It mixes with the pastel light in and around the body. With the out breath, it expands so that it's thinner. Expands in all directions. And then focus more on this sense of the field, the felt sense of the skin, the energy, the warmth. And now as we're breathing in, the air is white. We're breathing out, we're surrounding the entire body with this white, luminous white light. It's not thick like a fog. It's thin, but it's luminous. You can feel the body resonating. This is a high frequency light. It's starlight. With the next out breath, move back in your mind so that you can see this glowing ball of light, the whole thing. The body is a dim outline sitting in it. And you can sense it in the body. You can move into the body, around, outside the body. And let the body be in space. Breathe in the light of the stars. So space is black. The body is light. Breathe out the light of the stars so the stars go back and the body is empty. Let's rest in the empty body surrounded by stars and blackness. Sense of great spaciousness. And with the next out breath, let go of all the light. Just infinite blackness. This is the primordial mystery of the origin of all life and the universe itself. No light, no perception, and no non-perception. A pregnant blackness. It's warm, and it gives birth to the light, luminous light, white light all around, surrounding the body and everything. And the light gives birth to the pastel, the rainbow colors. Blackness is still there. The white light is still there. The rainbow is still there. And that gives birth to the colors of the organs, the saturated colors, sensations of the torso and the breath. All the rest is still there. That gives birth to the smile of awareness. And a couple more breaths. And return fully to the senses. And the thinking mind is still here. Body is still here. Environment is still here. Nothing is left out. So this is the expansion of the body all the way out and all the way back. And let's just finish by standing. And do a few flying cranes, Just gently. Okay, let's remove our glasses. Clap our hands once. Well, thank you for joining. And if there are any questions or comments, I don't know, is it up to me to unmute everybody? There. Okay. So any questions or comments about the colors and the transcend and include?
Thank you for the class. Very nice.
My pleasure. Glad you came. Okay.
Hi, Stephen.
Yeah.
This is Erica. I was wondering, there was a name of one of the forms that you did. It had to do with the moon, but I didn't quite catch something about the rowing or something. I didn't catch
turning the body to look at the moon.
Turning the body to look at the moon. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then my other question is, what is the significance of the colors for the one that had to do with the organs?
Why those colors for those organs? It's a good question, and I do not know the answer. That's how it's been taught me by a couple of different teachers, and those are always the colors that are associated. And I assume it goes back to esoteric medical practices back in the the shamanic days of Taoism. And probably those colors have all kinds of significance that I don't know anything about.
I figured, because last week you had a similar lovely explanation about the numbers of things when we were doing a dragon, about why the numbers. So, but I just thought I would check.
Yeah, yes, there's a reason, I think. I don't know.
We don't have to know it. It's fine.
I don't think we do. No. Yeah.
Thank you. It's a beautiful class. I'm so enjoying this.
Good. Good. I'm glad. Yeah. So the process again it's the same in being able to experience the chi body. We have to by stages let go of the world of forms. So the body is a form, And so those colors are very saturated colors. And then the pastel colors, those are of the energy body, or the soul, which is much less heavy, much lighter, much less material. So the colors are more, or they're not as saturated, they're more diffuse. And then that segues into the white light, what they call the light of the stars. But eventually, there are no stars because the stars locate all of this in a place. And that's a characteristic of form, is that it's located. And so by letting go of the light, then it becomes transcendent. It's non-local. Okay, and there's no implication that there's an eye to see it or a mind to interpret it. So that's why it's darkness. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
We have negative connotations with darkness in this culture, but not in Taoism. Finn and Nan, are you well? Okay. Okay, good. Okay, well, any other questions or comments?
I have one.
Oh
I
God,
have
you
one
guys are so
question.
cute. Really.
I have a quick question. My name's Beth. I'm so enjoying this. Thank you, Stephen, for this.
Sure.
I was wondering, I'm new to Qigong, and I'm wondering if you have a recommendation for a fundamental book to read, or like, what is there something that has guided you, like early on guided you,
Yeah.
especially, or?
Yeah, there are a number of practitioners I particularly like. Ken Cohen is one of my teachers, Cohen.
Okay.
And he's written a book, The Energy of Qi or something. I think he's only written a couple of books, but it's his first book.
Okay.
Another one is Mantak Chia, Chia. He's written a dozen books. They're all great.
Okay.
They get very esoteric and into a lot of complexity, but you can tell by the titles. If you understand the title, you can start with the book. If the
Okay.
title doesn't make sense to you, then hold it for later.
Okay.
And then there's a man practicing, a Chinese man up in the Twin Cities named Chunyi Lin, Lin, and his Spring Forest Qigong is his Qigong, Spring Forest. He's very, very good. And he also wrote an autobiography called something like Everyone is a Healer. We are all healers, something like that. And that's very, very good too.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Anybody else have a recommendation? Okay. Yeah, there's huge amounts of videos and YouTube, and there's all kinds of Qigong out there. And what we're doing here is just one little tiny stream of this, and it's can be quite different from a lot of what else is out there.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks for showing up, and everybody stay healthy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I really enjoyed it.